It's MistaJam on Capital Dance, and right now I am joined by one half of the artist behind this week's Jam Hot Record of the Week. It's Obskür. Studio crew, make some noise! I look at Jay specifically. When Jay comes into the studio, he has to make noise. It's law. It's law. Welcome to Capital Dance Towers.
What's the story?
Thanks so much for having us, man.
Good to be here.
It is an absolute pleasure to have you here in person because the last time we spoke was on Zoom.
That's right.
Way back.
A long time ago.
I know. The glow up is real in me.
You look great. You look great.
Thank you. I've stopped eating food. But how are you? How are the pair of you?
Good, man. Really good. Like, this summer has been absolutely mental.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
So we've kind of just like taken all that in. Had like, 2 weeks off now and back on the road.
A nice 2 weeks at home and now we're ready to get going again.
I love it. I really love it because one of the things that I've noticed that you guys have done perfectly is the touring. I can tell that you say no to the wrong shows and you say yes to the right shows because every show that I see you play is just perfect.
Yeah. Our agent Mike will be delighted with it.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good, especially this summer. Like being over in Ibiza, some of the shows we've played at have been class. And yeah, what we've got lined up this winter is exciting. To say the least.
Winter is busier than summer has been.
Really?
And we thought summer was good, so.
Yeah.
You're looking after yourselves? You're making sure plenty of water, yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah. Got it right here.
The amount of artists that I've seen that have just kind of gone, I wish someone had just said, just drink some water.
Yeah.
You can have a few shows off.
Yeah. We're not perfect, though. We've been there. We've all been there. Sitting there on the plane, struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
It was worth it. No, it wasn't. It was never worth it.
It was.
But I'm really excited to see what happens across autumn and winter. But the reason why you're here today, and before we go any further, you've flown over from Dublin to be here for this conversation. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us.
Oh, it was a pleasure to be here. First time here as well. I had to check out the studio.
Yeah. I did say last time that you're more than welcome. It's just, taking a while to get you back over.
Yeah.
We got there in the end.
Yes! And the reason why you're here is I've arrived. It's just such a big record. We had to make it our record of the week this week. Tell me the story behind how this track came about.
Well, we made it kind of during the winter.
It was, November, maybe
December time, and we were looking to kind of switch over our sound. I guess we were really enjoying, what's going on at the moment in the house scene, like with, like the likes of Stussy, Max, Dean, LP Rhythm, Gaskin, that sort of thing. That's what we listen to all the time. We're like, let's try our hand at this, because it's what we actually enjoy. And so we made the record, and then in January we were talking to our publisher. The people at Minds on Fire, and they set us up with Tomike. Unbelievable. Sent over the vocals, like smashed the first time around, and it just fell into place perfectly. And Stussy asked for a copy of the track, and we were playing it.
I remember.
Just
what was it? We posted it. We posted it up online just to get it out there and just to kind of see what people think of it. And then I remember just. What was it, like 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Stussy just texted us asking for a coffee, and that was it.
Yeah.
Literally, that was it.
I'm just going to take a second because you're just dropping names like there's no tomorrow. Chris Stussy.
Yeah.
One of the biggest DJs in the world right now is in your DMs asking for a copy of the tune.
It was crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
Come on, that doesn't happen every day.
It was a madness. It was me and our manager were playing PlayStation, and he texted us being like, lads, check the Instagram. The Instagram.
Like, we normally check everything at the same time, and I was like, why aren't these looking at this? I was like, lads, what's the buzz there? I had to ring into the group chat.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But it makes perfect sense because, as you say, this feels like, for me, having followed your career, it feels like the perfect next phase of the music that you were making. It feels like where you were is where things were, and the very best DJs and producers will alter what it is that they do, keep their backbone, but whatever else is happening within the scene is what they will then bring in to what they're producing. And this feels like that. Yeah. But then to see Chris actually pick up on it, and for it to be as huge as it is,
yeah.
First and foremost, I'm not surprised because it is so good.
Sound. Thanks very much.
Thanks, man.
It's so good. The chords, the movement, the bass, Tomike's voice, that top line.
She smashed that.
Yeah, smashed it.
And a fellow Dubliner too. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Couldn't get much better than that, could you?
It's purely Irish. I love it. Yes. Now, I mean, how does it feel though? Chris Stussy supporting the record, but also you've had Camel Fat giving it a spin. Like all of the big DJs are playing it.
It's mad. It was crazy. Like,
Do you know what? I think with this one, we just didn't expect anything from it whatsoever. It was like, but like previous tunes we've had, like, hopefully it does well or whatever. This one, it was just like, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it happens, yeah.
And then that's when things actually do start to work out. Like,
yeah.
Turns out the one that you didn't really have the expectation of is the one that everybody loves.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, we mentioned it earlier on. Summer has been ridiculously huge for you guys. Month-long residency at one of the best clubs in the universe, Amnesia in Ibiza. A US tour. You played festivals all around the world. Huge gigs on home soil. Have you got a highlight from the summer? What's the one gig that you're going to remember forever?
Forever.
forever.
I think, I have to say, I think just in general, the American tour was a bit surreal.
I was going to say.
Like, getting there, seeing it, like, obviously, it was your first time in America at all. Like,
Ever, yeah.
Your first time in America ever?
Yeah.
It was wild. Like, even like the shows, like, it's crazy to even think like there's people actually coming to see us on the other side of the world. Do you know, like, you're showing up to these clubs, like, whatever, sitting in the backstage or whatever, and then you walk out and there's people actually there, and you're like,
yeah. And it
Jesus, this is good, like.
Yeah.
And you keep on like going to like what we had, 7 shows, 6, 7.
Yeah, and I think it was
That's
6.
nice.
Like, it's so weird, and you're going out on the other side of the world and seeing people come see you. It's crazy, but like, yeah, just the whole experience, everything just came together so well. We had such a good time, like, but in terms of actual shows,
About on the Rock.
about on the
Malta
Rock
was
sick,
good.
Was Malta?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, do you know what? Hideout.
Hideout, yeah.
Yeah,
It's great as well.
Hideout was really good.
Hideout's always special.
Yeah.
I haven't played it for a few years, but the years that I did play it, there's something about the place in Croatia where it is, where all of a sudden everything seems perfect. It's almost like it's out of film.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Crazy,
Even to
man,
drive
like,
in, like,
All the clubs, like, they're like actual, like, I know they're obviously open air or whatever, but it's like the class, like the production, everything in there is like world class stuff. Like that Noah, we played the Noah Club. That was the first set. Man, unbelievable.
yeah, it was so cool. Like, as well, I remember it was like 4 o'clock in the day, I think we were playing, and it was lashing rain that morning. We got up and we were like, oh, here we go, like, this is going to be a washout. And we came out and it was packed.
And we were sitting backstage, and there was no one there. Like, you would look out every like 2 minutes, and there was no one there. And then we came on, played like the first 2 tunes. The whole place just filled up.
Yeah, it was great. And then what was it one called? Euphoria?
Yeah.
That was really good. We did got to do like a later, like at night.
That was like
set then.
2, 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah. And the energy was really good at that set. Like, it was so cool. Just out as well, like, it's open air and it's on the side of the beach. Class.
Crazy stuff.
You've come a long way from your bedrooms in Dublin, man. It's beautiful to see. Like, genuinely, it's beautiful to see. And it also feels like you're taking a little bit of Dublin with you wherever you go.
100%.
How many times have you been playing abroad and somebody's brought out a flag?
All the time. They're mad, like, they're the best. Irish people are so good for that. Anywhere you go,
There's always like at least one person.
Yeah.
Like, and they're there and they're making it known that they are Irish.
I know them!
Yeah.
I went to school with them,
Showing
Mom!
DMs on their phone, man. Crazy stuff.
But talking about Dublin, I mean, we spoke about this last time that we spoke when it felt like you guys were started at the very start of what feels like an Irish takeover of dance music. Mm-hmm. And right now it feels like the epicentre is in Dublin. You've got Jazzy, you've got Belters, you've got yourselves, New Era, so many different artists, Cameron Watson, so many different artists and so many different kind of genres all under the dance umbrella that feel like they're breaking out all over the world. What is the secret to what is happening in Ireland right now?
I think people are just, like, obviously everywhere in the world, like, the kind of interest in music has grown. And I feel like Dublin just seems to be on the same kind of buzz as everywhere else, I suppose, as well. But Yeah, it's just like people are so into music, like, and everyone wants to DJ, everyone wants to play like tunes, everyone wants to make tunes, everyone wants to be part of like the party. You know, like that's it, I suppose.
And like you have to say, like, Irish people with the sport, like as you were saying, like, you can go anywhere and they'll be there. But like if you're, you know, working away in Dublin and grafting away, like everyone has your back, and I think that like really helps when you're trying to like get yourself out there. Like that's we owe a lot to that. Like I think that could be part of it.
I love it. I really do love it, because you're right. It feels like, you know, whenever we speak to any other Irish dance artists, they will name check you. And they will big you up, and they will, and then you're doing exactly the same. And it feels like it's a movement, regardless of it being just one artist or two artists, which I think a lot of other places really need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Even if like it's like different genres, like different scenes and stuff, it's all, everyone's still kind of knows each other. It's still like, oh, this is doing well, or, you know, it's great.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. And you also recently passed a huge milestone with the tune that kicked it off for you both on a big scale. Bayside passed 100 million streams.
Yeah,
Mental.
Welcome to the 100 Mil Club. How does that feel?
Crazy.
It's mad. Like, even, I think, what was it? It hit 100 million the same day I've arrived here. 1 million.
Yeah. What are the odds of that?
Mad.
I love it. Does it change your approach at all? Are you trying to think, okay, we need to make another record that's going to hit 100 million, or are you just making good tunes that you want to play out on your DJ sets?
I don't think we've never looked back on Bayside. Like that tune is his own life, doing its own thing. We'll do whatever we feel like doing next.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's no. I think if you're looking to like make tunes to get streams, that's your creativity's killed. Like
Yeah, you're done.
you know, that's it. Like
There's no like secret formula to it either. It's not like, oh my god, this tune done 100 million. The next tune, if we follow the exact same thing, it won't.
And I think
it
right
won't
now
do
is
it.
the most we've ever like enjoyed actually producing in a long time, and it's because of the type of music we're making, and we're just enjoying making it and then playing it live and seeing how it goes. Like, and that's exactly what happened when I've arrived. So that's what we're just gonna keep doing that.
I love that. And to be honest, being someone who is very old and been around it for a very long time, that's the advice that I give to people that kind of have a hit out of the gate. Just make the music that you want to play.
Yeah.
Your DJs first and foremost. So you can, if you're making something that you want to play, then you have literally hit the jackpot. And the fact that you did it with Bayside, the fact that you've done it with I've Arrived, kind of testament to just make what you want to make, and the audience will decide.
Yeah.
You play them out as well, and it just feels good. Like, people seem to enjoy it. So I think that's the main indicator for anyone like that is like producing tunes. You play them out. Obviously, if you have an opportunity to do that, lucky enough we do. Play them out. People seem to enjoy it. That's it. You can continue moving. Like, nothing else matters. Like.
But even if you don't necessarily have a chance to go out and play it to an audience, do what you did with I've Arrived and stick it up on your
100%.
socials.
That's it. Stick it on TikTok.
That's the main part of it. Like.
Stand in your bedroom, get a little light. There you go. Bosh.
Yeah. It's up. That's it.
Now, lads, I mentioned earlier on that we had a little game for you.
Mm-hmm.
All I will say, Faustus, is that your face is dropped. You look
Probably
nervous.
the least favourite part of the show here.
Don't worry about it, because this one is just a very simple word association game that we are calling How Obscure.
Oh,
Lovely.
It's radio.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry.
Best game we've ever played, look. Never mind the Uno and the play. This is the best.
Don't worry, it's not going to be you versus me. It's all good. Because we've already spoken about the huge summer that you've had. And we've already alluded to the fact that you've got a very, very big autumn and winter on the way. So basically, I have got a list of words inspired by your travels this summer. And you've got to shout out the first word that comes into your head when you hear each one. So, for example, if I said jazzy, you would say...
legend.
There you go. There you
You
go.
took the words out.
Yeah.
First word. Dublin.
The best.
Home.
Yeah.
Creamfields.
Legendary.
Outrageous.
Amnesia.
I'd say legendary.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Legendary again. Historic.
Yeah.
Belters only.
Legends.
Mates.
I love that. Legendary mates. Yes. Ibiza.
Magical.
Warm.
To be fair, with Dublin heritage myself as well, it's a lot warmer than Dublin. Yeah, it is. Temple Bar.
Expensive Guinness.
Disaster.
Chris Stussy. You can't say legend.
No, I can't say legend.
It's hard to find one word to describe him, do you know that? It's...
I'll let you have that. You can't describe him in one word. Enigma.
Yeah, Enigma.
I've arrived.
Good tune.
And finally, Obskür.
I can't get put in the spot here.
Christ almighty.
Obskür.
Christ almighty, we'll take that.
Oh, no, we're not taking that. Look, help us out here.
I like Christ Almighty. It's good.
I'll give you one. Legends.
There you go.
Thank you for playing our inaugural round of Obskür. It wasn't too painful, was it?
Maybe a bit more caffeine before.
Yeah, do you know what? I feel like some of the descriptions could have been a bit better than legend. I feel like that's just gonna
Legend.
wreck my head for the whole day.
I do think that our social media team might clip this up and go, how many times did Obskür say legend?
Could we get a counter in the bottom goal?
But listen, lads, before we let you go, I want to know a little bit more about what's happening for you over autumn and winter. Anything that you can tell us, where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing.
We're after just putting out the whole...
Yeah, we just put out September and October. So we're playing Lisbon on Thursday. And then Friday is Birmingham. It's our first time playing there. We actually can't wait. That's Lab 11.
Yeah.
And
Bristol on Saturday.
Birmingham's going to be amazing for you. Honestly, they really know how to rave.
Yeah, we can't wait. We've heard so many good things.
That club as well, man. Looks...
Yeah.
Lab 11 looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I am really, really excited to hear what comes from you next musically. I am really, really grateful that you travelled over to have this conversation. And long may Obskür continue. Honestly, lads, it's just a privilege seeing you grow and seeing you do what you do. You bring joy to hundreds of millions of people.
There you go. Hopefully, man.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Nope, the numbers back it up.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through, guys.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for having us, man.